Yo, what's up, man?
What's going on, fellas? Much love.
Hey, peace. We were just spinning the beginning of your album, just kind of getting everything moving here. So, do you want to go ahead and like just introduce the album, if you would, Numbz?
All right, man. So a lot of people, if they know me for the soul samples and some rapping over the soul samples. I grew up with oldies playing in the house all the time. Prior to, I actually only started producing 4 years ago. So um,
Oh,
I, actually, prior to that, man, I've been rapping since I've been about 13, on and off. But my brother, Furious Styles, we started working together, and it was just kind of like he was sending me beats, and I would be sending him like, "Yo, what about this part of the beat and this part of the beat?" And then he was just kind of like, "Do you produce or something?"
Mm.
He's used to like people just taking the beat like, "Oh, this is dope" or whatever. But I'm very hands-on working on my rapping stuff, and even growing up, I always wanted to know like where samples came from because I wanted to hear
Nice.
the old songs.
And while you're,
So he,
oh,
go ahead,
I
go
don't
ahead.
mean to cut you off. I was just gonna
no,
say
you good.
because you had mentioned having a pen since you were younger, and just getting recently into producing. I mean, you make flames in both ways,
Yeah, I
absolutely.
thought you were
Thank you, man.
producing way
But
longer than that, Slum.
what I'm wondering is having a pen. Do you at times find it hard? Like I'm shit at making beats, you know what I'm saying? So like
Ah,
I don't let nothing go. But like when you have this skill in that lane, do you find it hard to like let go of some of the beats and like create a beat tape like
not want to
this
just
and
pen
not
on
just
it
want to
all.
pen to it?
Yeah.
You know what? Like a lot of beats that I make, I can kind of differentiate them being dope or them being for me. Like if it's for me, like it doesn't even see any social media. You
Right,
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Um,
right. I know the
so
vibes.
I'm writing from the rip, but I would say like that probably happens 1 out of 10 beats. Not often,
Okay.
because I always, I can usually hear somebody else on it.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Hmm.
And then so with all the soul samples and stuff like that, is that something that you just grew up around? Is there a particular inspiration or a family member that kind of put you on, or did you discover it yourself?
Older brother, mother, just kind of being in the house. Kanye West is my favorite producer.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So he kind of started
top tier.
started that era. Him and Just Blaze, and I love Ninth Wonder. Those are guys I kind of study. Um,
Yeah.
that do a lot of the things that I like to do. So yeah, man, just growing up on it, man, and growing up in the church and hearing the strings and the different things. So it's kind of just embedded in me.
That's fire. That's 100% fire and understood too. And so when it are you doing when it comes to the samples? Are you crate digging?
Oh yeah, I'm in the crates. There's stuff on YouTube. If I'm watching a movie, I can hear a little something.
Movie,
And a
movie,
lot of
movie soundtracks are a
it,
fucking cheat code. They're the cheat code for
yeah,
sampling.
what it is? Sometimes it could be like you can be watching a movie and it could be something that's on in a diner at the movie, and I'm turning it up and I'm shazamming and so I'm always I'm in the mall.
100%.
Yeah, sitting
I'm
there.
in the mall with my kids. I hear like something playing in the store, and it doesn't have to necessarily be a soul sample. It could just be like a melody, and like I can just hear the beat in my head before I even make it.
Yeah.
9 out of 10, to be honest with you.
Yeah. That's fantastic, man. Now, and another thing in starting the process of beat making because you're so much newer in that lane. Did that spawn from being a writer and wanting to be able to kind of create in your own sound and lane, or did it spawn from just wanting to produce outside of your rapping?
I honestly like what I was alluding to with the story. Like I honestly wasn't even considering producing. Farius was just kind of like, and this is when we first met. He was just like, "Yo, why don't you?" He said, "You should produce," and I was like, "All right." So within like I don't know, within the next like 10 days or so, I went and picked up an MPC and
Yeah. You did.
start messing around with it.
You did.
And what was dope was Farius, and at this time we were just kind of getting to know each other. And he allowed me to skip a lot of steps as far as like where certain things is, how to speed it up. I was able to just FaceTime them and be like, yo, how do you get to this part or whatever. So the process was kind of expedited, and just kind of worked from there, man. I just worked on it every day.
Man, and you already know we mess with Furious heavy.
Yeah.
You
No
already know how it goes down. So let's bring it back to the album though. Can you talk about a couple of the tracks? Anything standouts or some specifics about the Soul Savant itself?
I would go through a couple of my favorite ones. I like the Lonely joint, man, and I want to thank y'all because y'all actually like the way y'all sent the drops was kind of like it set the blueprint for the album, honestly. The way y'all set everything up. So, even the way y'all did the intro with the countdown, I'm like, oh, cool. And the drop on Lonely, I knew was crazy. So I knew, I knew how that would work. And I had the beats. I wasn't even thinking about doing a beat tape. Shout out to my guy. Pan on Twitter, he was just kind of like, I'm waiting on the instrumental album, and it's just like, and I know a lot of people do beat tapes and stuff like that, but I wanted to make it more than just like, all right, here go 10 beats. And I'm not knocking if people do that. That's cool. Like, I'm an artist too as a rapper, so I kind of wanted to get in album mode and see how I could present it in a unique way too. So, the other beat, Lou B, that's probably my second favorite beat. And y'all introduced that one too.
Much love. Yeah, you're nailing the ones I have too.
And then, the one Ace, the one Furious jumped off, and I like them all, man. And I think they were pretty cohesive because I made all of those beats within like a month and a half of each other. So it wasn't like, none of those were old beats at all.
Exactly. That's actually what I was going to say. The jump off on the album's crazy. I love the drop on Lonely. That thing goes bananas.
Oh, we lost our shit. We were like, dude. I was like, not only are we on it, but we kicked it off.
Never lied,
I'm like, we kicked it off. Like the first thing anybody hears, they go check it out. And it's us slummy motherfuckers kicking it off. Trust me, we were losing it.
And then I got to say, and I completely agree, it's so cohesive as an album. You can listen to it all the way through. Super dope. Definitely something that as soon as I heard it, I had bars going in my head. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, I might as well just start penning now.
Oh, shit. Pretty much a lot of the things I hear that come through the Numbz universe is like, I instantly hear it and I'm like, oh, I'd smoke that shit.
Yeah, you never lied, man.
And, one of my big things I always point out and appreciate about you is you do it from such a skillful and positive place. And that energy just leaks through the track. So even when there's like negative connotations in the things that you're saying, it's still vibrant and positive, and it just strikes you.
Yeah, the struggle. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I feel that.
It's like there's an understanding there that's it's really good, man. You really got a skillful pen. That's like I'm telling you, with that pen in those productions, I wouldn't be letting nothing out the vault. They wouldn't even, I'd be a hermit, bro. They would never hear from me. I would just be stacking up songs. So speaking of it, I'll give you another writer producer question. Do you prefer to rap on your own beats or other people's beats?
I don't really know that it matters. I think I tend to rap on other people's beats, like Furious and I now. He already knows like what beats to send me. Like as we first start working on projects, I would be like, nah, not this one. And then he'll send me a video, and he'll be like, I already know, I'm about to send it right now.
Right.
So, but I do look for other producers because sometimes people hit samples that I haven't gotten to, or people could hit different pockets that with different sets of drums that maybe I don't typically do, things like that. So a combination of both, honestly. I do like it. I do like the fact that I don't have to wait for anybody, and that's huge.
Yeah,
it's funny you say
seriously,
that.
Man.
Oh, you're not lying. Go ahead.
Because it's like it's one of those things where like, the only thing I don't do right now, I don't mix and I don't do cover art. So it's like, I don't like to have to wait for people. So what I do, I plan out things really well. You know what I'm saying? So if I need something on June 1st, then, I'm telling the person I need it on, May 15th. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just a lot of those type of things.
With hopes you get it by May 29th. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, definitely the
And
more
honestly,
stuff out of the control, right?
yeah, the more, and honestly, the way I'm making music now is a little bit, I'm in like no rush. Like I got like songs for EP, but like I'm in no rush to record it. I'm just, I just want to do it when I'm ready to do it, because when you put out a project, it's not just putting out a product. Like you have to have the energy to promote it. You got to be like in a space where you're not too busy to promote it. And I just like to kind of live with my music a little bit more. So
yeah, and definitely let me speak to the artwork. And I was having a conversation with someone about this today, but the artwork can really catch your eye and make a decision for you if you press play or not, or get interested.
Oh, for sure, it's huge.
And I'm telling you, the artwork that was done on this flames, and definitely sent a message I felt. Definitely made me want to hit play. I think it's something recognizable as well.
Yeah, I like all the artwork. Even to that one of my probably favorite covers was that Soul Food one. That shit was just so fire. And it's all Zarheel, right? Zarheel's done like the majority of them, right?
Yeah, well, Craig Dyer did Dyer on Twitter. He did the Art Imitates Life, and he did the More Art one, my last EP. So between the two of them, and I have another guy named Queen Hornet who does it, but it's one of the three typically.
Nice.
But yeah, Zara, I just kind of told Zara, man, like what the name of it was, and I was just kind of like, I'm not creative in that way, like in the artsy way. I'm like, something with an NPC, man, make it dope.
Yeah.
That's so fire. That's so fire.
And just to speak onto that, especially if you're doing it in a digital realm, artwork and stuff, it's generally like, think of it as producing a song. It's the same skill set applied in a different platform. It's essentially that's what it is. All those steps you take when you're producing, all that stuff, building and tweaking and all that stuff, that's essentially what you're doing on that.
And I know you got to go in a couple minutes. I just want to give you a quick space. Is there anything, anyone you want to shout out, anything you're currently working on, or anything coming up next you want to just speak on briefly?
When are you guys dropping Motion Picture 2, and why is it not now?
All right.
Yeah, I got a funny story how that even came about too, real quick. Just on a
go
side
for
note.
it. The floor is yours.
A lot of time before I post videos or Furious post videos, he'll, kind of send it to me first or vice versa or whatever. Just to kind of get some feedback, or, if it's late in the day, I'm like, I'm gonna post this tomorrow. Like we literally talk all day, every day. So anyway, he played the beat for me. I'm like, yo, I need that. And then I was just gonna do a song with him, but I wasn't even really thinking about taking it the angle that we ended up taking it. But I guess once he posted the beat, Rome heard it, and Furious hit me like, yeah, Rome hit me up. I told him you already had the beat, and I was just like, yo, tell him. I was like, I'll hit Rome, and tell him we could do something together. So me and Rome texted, was just kind of like, let's do something together. And I'm like, Furious, let's get Thought on here too. Because all of us are, like me, Thought, and Rome, we're in the group chat all day talking about any and everything. So
there's going to be some heavy bars between those three. I'll tell you that right now, Slums.
I
told Rome, I said, look, I said, just set it off. And then when he sent me the verse, I was like, I wasn't even thinking about that.
Oh, yeah, I love it. You know what I'm saying? If the right person sends you the right verse, it can just set your pen ablaze. You know what? It sends you right down a path you never thought.
Yo, I got the verse. I remember I was driving, heard the verse. I was like, this is crazy. I wrote the verse, I don't know, maybe a half an hour, and I got it back to them recorded within 2 hours. So like,
yeah,
that's just like, I went from like not even thinking about rapping that day to like having a verse done to that song and record it. So, but that's credit to Rome, man, how he attacked the beat. Like I had no clue what he was going to do with it, and he bodied it, and I love the path he went. And then, you know, once you give it the thought provoker, he's going to hit you with the quintuple entendres, and, you know.
Yeah, man.
And,
shout out Ron
and just
Mallory.
really body it, man.
Shout out Thought Provoker, 100%.
Yeah, man.
That's
Those
cool.
my dogs.
That's like inside info we didn't know about
the
it. You know what I
Furious
mean?
style just hits him with the fastball, and they all got the bat ready. Man, super dope.
It was just like, I was like, yeah, you know, just hit Rome, and I mean, I'll hit Rome up and tell him we could do it together. I mean, me and Rome have an album together and several songs.
If
so
you don't
that's
think
my best.
if you don't think I spent the next week just writing movie bars, I'm telling you, I was just writing movie bars. That's all I could get up.
Epic beat, such an epic beat.
The perfect sample to do, you know, like movie schemes, bars, doubles, whatever. You know what I mean, and apply it to realness. And you know, obviously we like, you know, the entire universe of everything you guys create is what we fuck with. But that one was like, you know, it was just like, you know what I mean? It's so dope.
Well, you know what? With that said, is there anything else you want to get off? Anyone else you want to thank or anything like that?
Just everybody that contributed to the last album, y'all. You know, Cash Flow Furious, Thought Provoker Rome, 17 Cypher, Harmony. My guy Stag, he's not a rapper, but I will say, like, anytime he hears something soulful or something, he'll send me an old record like, Numbz, I think you could do something like that. So I definitely wanted to, you know, make sure he was a part of that.
Nice.
Because he, you know, he's tapping into the scene, and a huge part of the scene, man, is everybody is a contributor to it, even if they don't actually make the music, you know?
Absolutely.
So
even coming from the listeners, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's contributing.
Yeah,
to this
for
thing.
sure.
We need people spinning and bumping it and feeling it. You know what I'm saying? It gets you great motivation.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially it does for me. And personally, man, I want to thank you for reaching out and giving us the opportunity
to be part of your journey as you're moving through this. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we're watching it. We hold the whole camp in high regard. I mean, it's like you know. It's, you know, I've said it before, you know, you're one of my favorite pens out there right now, and your production is crazy too. And it's like that's a part of everything that we've tried to do with this show is about trying to show people that, like, fuck that glass ceiling. The best music in the world doesn't exist in the industry anymore because of old dinosaurs who took it over. You know what I'm saying?
Not even close. Right.
I would put the indies. I'd put any camp in the indies up against the industry any day of the week.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you for taking the time to hit us up and fucking talk about the album some and give us some backstories on some of the shit.
Yeah. So at this point, if it's all right with you, I just want to thank you for calling in and always tapping in with the slums. I know you don't got much time, so much love. And if you don't mind, we're probably gonna freestyle over all this shit here in just a second.
Let's hit some of these.
Hey, knock yourself out. Appreciate you.
Hey, you have a good night.
Much love.
We appreciate you.
You too.
Peace out, Numbz.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Numbz. Shout out to Numbz.
Yo.
Calling the boys, just saying what's up.
Crazy.
Fucking talk about the album. That's
crazy.
Okay, we had our Deadwood Radio was our first call in. Right?
And now we get Numbz.
And now we get a Numbz call in.
Who's next?
But we get that's our first interview. We've never interviewed anybody.
That is the first. Numbz was our first official interview.